Hello, Gemini. Thank you for coming to my channel. You've reached 10 of Cups Tarot. And if you've been here before, you already know that, right? So thank you for coming back if you are one of the ones that are coming back to watch. And if you are brand new and you're coming here, thank you for clicking here. I'm hoping that you might want to subscribe by the end of this reading and leave me a comment. Let me know if it resonates with you. And also, if you want to share and if you could like the video, that helps me get onto the front page so I can continue to give these free readings out to whoever will watch them. And so I am here after being inside like the rest of us forever and ever. And I am now enjoying going outside today. I went out for a walk. It is beautiful here in central Canada. Things are greening up really nicely. We're starting to cut the grass and it's beautiful weather. So I hope wherever you are, Gemini, that you are safe and sound and loving life and loving the beautiful weather that we've been having here. I hope that this reading finds your loved ones and you in good health. All right, so we're going to do Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus and Jupiter. We're going to do the sign of Gemini. And I've got a new deck, and the new deck is beautiful. It is called the Universal Celtic Tarot. And I really picked it because it has such beautiful depictions. And so you're going to see that as we go through your reading here, Gemini. And your cards are already bouncing around. So let's get to it, okay? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter for the sign of Gemini, please. We'd like 5 cards for the past, 5 cards for the current energy, and then 10 cards for the future, right? Stop hanging out on the table while I'm shuffling here. All right, so here we go. 5 cards, please. There's 1. There's 2. 3, 4, and 5. Cool. And what do we have on the bottom of the deck? Oh, we're looking at celebration. Celebration or a third-party connection. It depends on how that fits into your life. Just going to look at these cards here. Yeah, so the 3 of Cups is water energy, right? So that is the Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. And it can either be a third-party connection or it can be celebration, depending on what's going on in your life at this time. What I'm seeing here for past energies is, first of all, I see the 10 of Swords. So it seems as though you've come to a painful ending with something. You have come to a painful ending, and I think it really surprised you. It surprised you how painful the ending was, and that it even came, really. But this is the Knight of Swords. I love how the Knight of Swords is riding a bull. That's pretty cool. But the Knight of Swords is here to say, yeah, this did come to a painful end, and it was really quick, and you didn't expect that it was coming to an end. But now that it has come to an end, I feel as though you're okay with it. You know, I've got 8 of Pentacles here, and I feel as though you may have just thrown yourself into work, or you've decided, Gemini, finally to set yourself in order and get into some self-mastery. I think that is the bigger energy that I feel with this card is the self-mastery. And you know what? It's going great. The self-mastery thing is going wonderful. 10 of Pentacles. So I think that for the longest time, Gemini, that you were someone who was worried about letting go of whatever relationship, union, whatever this was. You were afraid to let go of it because you thought that if you don't have that, what do you have? Well, guess what you have? You have yourself. You have yourself to love. You have yourself right here, make and bank. And this has been your hopes, wishes, and dreams. And even though you may look back on it and say, you know what, I didn't want it to happen that way, I feel as though you wanted it to happen and therefore manifested it. So, you know, the thing is that you don't really get to say the way it happens. You just manifest it, and then the universe starts putting things in order for you. So if you were hurt in the process of things coming to an end, I'm really sorry. I hope it wasn't too ugly, but nonetheless, we are going now into your current energy, Gemini. Take a look here. 3 more cards, please, for the current energy for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Got 2. There we go. Great. All right. What have we got here? Well, first of all, let's look see what we've got under here. We've got, oh, the Knight of Pentacles. The one thing I love about the Knight of Pentacles is he's not standing still in this deck. He's actually moving because he is a dragon. You can see that, you know, this person's hair is kind of flying back. So it looks like they're actually making some ground, which is kind of cool. So you're in the energy of taking in love to someone else. So I think that's why this union would have broken, because you were done in that. You'd done all that you could do. Oh, okay. So yeah. Spirit is saying that you were it. You were the person who was doing it all. You were rearing the children, taking out the garbage, taking the kids everywhere they needed to go, taking, you know, your spouse everywhere she needed to go or he needed to go. And Spirit is showing me someone who's laying on a bed exhausted but not being able to sleep. So I think that you were all of it. I don't think that you really had a backup from whomever you were with. So I think that you are kind of, although sad, a bit relieved that this is over. So we have the 7 of Swords. So now you're out into, you know, the current energies here. We have the 7 of Swords. You felt deceived. And so you may have someone who is like a high priestess, is someone who is very intuitive, someone who is very connected with spirit. So you may have seen somebody, a counselor, someone who may read your cards, or a psychic or something like that. And this person also keeps secrets. So you were deceived by something that you found out. And I feel as though you were someone who, excuse me, allergies still. You were someone who is also spiritual, but that you wanted almost like a confirmation. You just wanted a confirmation that what you were doing was the right thing. So this came to a fiery end is what I'm seeing here. So the Queen of Wands is someone who just reaches out and grabs what she wants. I feel as though the High Priestess probably told you about someone who would be in your future, who may be very fiery, who may be either Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo. And this High Priestess, the person who is either reading your cards or psychic, or someone who is giving you advice of some sort. She could be someone who's in her 40s, 50s, or 60s, could be a mother, grandmother, somebody who's intuitive. And this person was giving you advice about the Queen of Wands. So the Queen of Wands is someone who is self-sufficient, someone who is very confident, someone who will take what they need. You know, the Queen of Wands makes no bones about, you know, this is the thing that I want and that's the thing that I'm going to get. So she is very self-confident, and I think that you are looking for a new start. There's the Fool. You're looking for a new start with someone who is as fiery as the Queen of Wands, someone who's a real go-getter, someone who's kind of on top of their game. At the end of your line of cards for the energy that is current, I do see that even though you're going on your way and you look pretty happy, that it really did hurt your heart. Yeah, the 3 of Swords is here, that you really are, you know, walking away. This is the Fool on your new start since you've broken away. But I do feel that it's weighing heavy on your heart still. I feel as though there's little people that you may have left behind, and not left behind, but little people that may have been in the previous relationship that may be having a hard time understanding what's going on. All right, so we are going to ask for 4 cards for the future energy, Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter, please, for the first half of May. First half of May. There we go. There's 1. There's 2. 2 more, please. There's 3. And 1 more. There's 4. Good. Knight of Pentacles is back. So I have a feeling, Gemini, that you are on your way to your next person. I think that you wanted to get out of your relationship so you could carry on with your next person. And it is going to take a lot of strength to do that. There's the Strength card here. And the Page of Pentacles. So I feel like you're going to go see or contact the person that has been on your mind, and you are going to you're going to bring a gift when you come. So the Page of Pentacles is someone who is younger, who's not necessarily understanding of what it takes to be in love, to how do you say, grow love, but they are someone who has been picked by the king to take in messages of love to a loved one. So we have the Page of Pentacles can be someone who is younger than you as well. You can be younger than them, but they can also be younger than you. And then we have the King of Swords. And so you spoke up, Gemini, you spoke up, and you decided that it was time for you to be on your way. The Page of Wands is here, and you, at this point, didn't really have a plan about what you were going to do, but I think that speaking up was enough to kind of break the relationship, because from what Spirit's telling me, it sounds like you were the person who sort of stepped back and didn't really, what's the word, Spirit? What's the word? Didn't really push forward on this relationship. So I feel as though that that kind of broke you. It kind of broke you, and you spoke up, and then it was time for you to move along. I don't feel as though, I shouldn't say I don't feel, I do feel as though you aren't very, how could I say, you aren't very familiar with dating and with, you know, how to approach another person. When it comes to romance, I feel like you have been in this union since you were young, and you spoke up, and now it is time for you, as someone who has a young idea of what romance is, to carry on forward and find out, you know, exactly how things have changed since you've been in your union. All right, so we need 3 more cards for the future. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. First half of May, please. It is for the sign of Gemini. Ooh. There we go. There's 1. There is 2. 1 more. And 3. Good, good. Okay. So, bottom of the deck, oh, we have the 2 of Cups. I love this picture. She's there to crown her king. I love it. So 2 of Cups. So yeah, you are headed out looking for love, looking for, you know, a different kind of love, possibly with someone you feel connection with already, someone that you know. And I don't think that you would break off a relationship just in order to hang out by yourself. Well, maybe you do, because a lot of people do. I did that. I didn't have any plans of being with anybody once I broke out of my 20-year marriage. I just wanted to be me. I wanted to be me and be alone. Nonetheless, we have a Page of Swords now. So the Page of Swords is all about, of course, someone who can be younger than you. This could also be a child, but someone who is teaching you or is also learning about how to use their words. So not necessarily like a child would use their words, but as someone who is inexperienced in using their words would use them. And I think it was your decision to do so because you just have to learn how to do that. So the Judgment card is here. It is about resurrection, and you have decided that you need to speak up, and you need to do your best to speak up to the person who is who you are going to be reuniting with, because it looks to me like you are going to be in it could be someone from your past. Well, will be someone from your past. You're going to resurrect this relationship, and you've got a lot to say, and you're trying to think it over, to pick your words carefully, Gemini, because it's important to you that the person that you see, that you are going to see, really understands what you're trying to say. This is the 2 of Wands, and it tells me that you have finally picked your path, and you are ready to move forward in love. All right, Gemini, two more cards for the future, please. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. There we go. Thank you. 1 and 2. Good. Great, great. What do we have on the bottom of the deck? Gosh, these cards are slippery because they're so new. All right, we have Justice. There you go. So justice is, you know, could be something legal. It could be something, maybe it's about bringing things back to center, bringing things back into balance in your life. It could also mean that you're dealing with something that requires justice, so the justice system. So it could be a divorce, something like that. I do show that you have the Empress here, and the Empress is Taurus. She is someone who is very much a creator, so she can create life. She can create all kinds of things that bring joy to other people's lives. She is someone who is always in a growth spurt, who is always willing to be the teacher and the student. So then we have the Seven of Cups, and the Seven of Cups is all about you having all kinds of opportunities, right? So if you would, this could very well be in your chart, right? You could be, you could have the Empress energy, and you could be connecting to Spirit to find out what your options are now. But I feel as though you felt that you may not have many options becoming a single person, but you're going to be surprised, I think. Ah, there we are. We are back at the beginning. I think this was the first card that was on the bottom of the deck when I pulled it, and it was the Three of Cups. And so this, depending on how it fits into your life, can be either a third-party connection, or it can be just simply celebration. I think you're celebrating, Gemini. I think you're celebrating because you have finally broken free, and now you can make the life that you want to make, rather than taking orders from someone else who is in your environment. So bravo to you for making the break, and I hope things work out for you in this reconnection, or yeah, this reconnection that you're going to have with this person who you think is your Two of Cups love. That's all I have for you. If you would like a personal reading though, please look down below. You'll see my information. My email address is there. Also, my website is there. I have my website finally up and running. So it is www.tenofcupstarot.ca. That's where you'll find it. You can book on the website as well, or you can just book by simply sending me an email. My email is down below. All right, gotta go. Got lots of work to do. I'm behind. I'm behind. Gotta go. Bye.